All right. So if everyone is ready, then I will start. Okay. So first, I will tell you about LB Web, and the contents are the following. So I will give you a brief intro about LB Web and then tell you the main features and sales strategy. And then we will end with the Q&A session. Mr. 고재영 사모님, do you have question? Okay. All right. Okay, so I will start with the webinar. All right, so the contents are the following. So I will start with LB Web and then InBody Touch, and we will end with Q&A session. So if you have any questions, please save them for the end. All right, so to start with the basic, once you measure your InBody, you all know that all the InBody data is sent and stored in InBody Cloud. And the collected data is then analyzed and sent to web or app. And as you already know, there are two main softwares in InBody, which are LB120 and LB Web. So LB120 is a PC program which only operates in a specific PC where LB120 is installed. And you can use it offline with only one-time payment. On the other hand, LB Web is a web-based program, so you can access it anytime, anywhere in a website form. And since it is a website, you need an internet connection. So unlike LB120, you have to pay the subscription fee on a monthly or annual basis. All right, so now let's take a look at the main features of LB Web. I will introduce 1.5 version and 1.6.5 version, which is another version that will be launching around July. All right, so quick question. Has anyone here used LB Web before? Well, I guess everyone has at least once. So LB Web organizes your members' InBody data in one convenient place, and it helps you take care of your clients and grow your business. All right, so once you log into an InBody device with your LB Web account, all measurements sync automatically, and you can filter data by age, gender, and more. And it's a simple way to track your members' progress. And LB Web also lets you categorize members by group or condition. So this helps the better management and growth of the business. And you might worry if wrong information is entered, but you don't have to because it is saved as temporary data so that you can check those data again and then fix some information that needs to be fixed. All right, so next is health report. So one of the new features is that it now highlights areas that need improvement directly on the result sheet. So if you take a look at the first image, you can see the exclamation mark on the places where you need improvement. So you can check those marks and then use it when you consult your clients. And in 1.6.5 version, you can check any positive or negative changes compared to your previous test results. All right, so I guess you all know that most of the clients struggle to understand the result sheet right away. So from 1.5 version, you can check images and graphs that make them easier to understand. And there's also a big data histogram to compare users by age group or gender. Plus, you can now compare past results of yourself or even between different members, which is helpful for tracking progress. And next is recommendation function. I got many questions regarding this one. So I guess many of you are curious about it. So you can register products by each body composition criteria. So for instance, if you register a protein shake for people with low muscle, then the protein shake will appear in those people's health report. Okay, so you guys already know that you can connect BP Bio and InGrid to InBody, but did you also know that LB Web can display all these three data on one screen? So if you wish to use the data by connecting BP Bio, InGrid, and InBody, you can see the overall data in LB Web. All right, and you can also connect LB Web with InBody app. And many of you questioned about this request button in LBWeb. Like, what does this mean? What is this request like supposed to do? So this request is an access request for tracking the home device data like H30 or H40 and activity data that are collected in InBody app. So in 1.5 version, you can check the data measured with home devices such as H30 and H40. And from 1.6.5 version, you will be able to monitor the activity data as well. Okay, LBWeb is especially useful for franchise business because it helps your business growth. And well, let's be honest, LB120 is a great program, but it doesn't offer visual data like graphs or charts. It only provides the result sheet. And it's not the most convenient option for managing multiple branches. On the other hand, LB Web comes with administrator and staff account, which makes a great tool for clients who manage several locations. So they can monitor measurement data by group or staff and even use the insights to guide their overall business strategy. Okay, so now I will share you some sales strategy for LB Web. First, you can utilize for data management and effective consultations. So LB Web allows you to see the overview of data to utilize in consultations or for your business strategy. And you can also see the trends like, for example, if you are doing a franchise business, then you can check which locations are doing well, like in which locations the members measure InBody data a lot. And then you can suggest customized solutions and promote your service. And it's true, like some clients actually prefer to receive printed result sheets, but papers can be easily lost. And if clients do not enter their phone number before taking the InBody test, then the data will not be synced to InBody app. But LBWeb integrates with existing device data, allowing you to check the whole progress of the health journey conveniently without worrying about losing your result sheet paper. Okay, so LB Web can be used in many different fields, from fitness to clinics to public institutions. So you can refer to this table. And personally, I think that LB Web demonstrates its full potential when it's integrated with InBody Touch. So you can use for in-grip challenge, recommendations, and standby screen functions by integrating with InBody Touch. Okay, so that's it for LB Web. Is everything making sense so far? Oh, for your information, we will gather all the questions in the end because we have a Q&A session. So please, if you have questions, please save them till the end. Okay, so now let's move on to InBody Touch. So the contents are the following. I know that there are many information to take in, but I really just want you guys to pay special attention to part 2 and 3, because I believe that they are the most important ones for you guys. So as you already know, InBody Touch is a kiosk solution that allows users to instantly view and interpret InBody test results. So there are key features like InBody recommendation, in-grid challenge, which are mostly utilized in InBody Touch. And to tell you some useful additional features, you can access InBody Touch in administrator mode without any authentication process. And InBody Touch can be connected with InBody 120, which only has this little LCD screen that shows your result in letters. And InBody Touch also provides result sheet drawing, which enables convenient consultations with your clients. Okay, I guess some of you may know, or maybe you already know about this, but I wanted to explain you guys about this one. So InBody Touch has two different modes, which are self-care mode and administrator mode. So self-care mode enables people to check the results by themselves, which is applicable in apartment communities, businesses, and public facilities. So you don't always need someone beside you to help you measure your InBody data or to explain about your body composition result. On the other hand, administrator mode allows you to view client's result without authentication. So you can check the customer's data right away and use the result drawing function to enhance your consultation. So this mode is suitable for hospitals, clinics, fitness centers, and nutrition shops where you really have to explain to your clients about their body status. So to give you further explanation for each mode, let me explain about the self-care mode first. There are two ways of checking your result in self-care mode. So first, you can check your data right away when you measure from the InBody that is connected to InBody Touch, or you can enter the authentication code that is given from InBody app and check your most recent result. If you do so, then you can see the fourth image on the slide. So you can see the summary of your result, such as segmental lean analysis, or whether you are C type, I type, D type, and more output. So if you click on the view the analysis report button, which is at the bottom, then you can check each output more clearly with explanation. And administrator mode is only available if you log in with LB Web account. So you really need to use LB Web account to do this. So the customer information can be instantly accessed, allowing fast and convenient consultations. And to tell you more about the results drawing function, you can highlight or draw on the result sheet and even write down some feedbacks with pen and highlighters. And then the client can save this result sheet by scanning the QR code. Okay, so now I will tell you about the latest features. So first, the analysis reports have been updated. Before, you had to check which part of the body composition needs improvement because there was not any mark that clearly shows you which part needs improvement. You have to actually analyze the result sheet. So, it may take some time for you to do so before you consult with your client. But from now on, you can see right away which part needs improvement, just like in LB Web. And since customers may not fully understand each output, we provide explanations for every section along with pictograms. And we use graphs based on InBody specific data to show users how their health status compares to others of the same age and gender. And to make sure that the results are easier to understand, expressive emojis like the smiley face or sad face are also added. And InBody Touch can be directly connected to InBody devices by Bluetooth. I guess you guys already know about this. So once the Bluetooth connection is established, simply tap the InBody test icon and the measurement data will be displayed on the touchscreen. And this feature is especially useful for models like InBody 120, which only has this small screen that only shows your result in letters. So if you connect InBody 120 with InBody Touch, then you can see with pictograms and some explanations about each output. And as I mentioned before, LBWeb demonstrates its full potential when integrated with InBody Touch. And you can truly utilize functions by integrating with LBWeb, and recommendation function is one of them. And this function is especially appealing for those who want to promote their own product or service. Not only using it to explain their members about their body composition status. And I believe that InBody Touch is mostly used for in-grip challenge. Not only the challenge shows your hand grip strength, but it really is a great way to attract people and get them curious about InBody. So if you create an in-grip challenge, then people have to first register their name, phone number, and etc. to participate. Okay. You might be unsure what to do with InBody Touch when it's not in use, right? That's exactly why we created the standby screen function. So you can customize it yourself to suit your needs. So you can show the in-grip challenge ranking status or some information about body composition, or you can even give some InBody quiz. So you can use InBody Touch other than analyzing the body composition status. Right. So other than the functions that you can use by connecting LBWeb, you may be wondering, like, how can I transfer my data from InBody app to InBody Touch? Or how can I log in with my LBWeb account in InBody Touch? So this slide is the step-by-step guide for you to do so. And this is another guide for you to connect using Bluetooth. You can either connect with IMBT dongle, or you can connect with the Bluetooth function that is within InBody Touch. So this is the step-by-step guide for you. And for your information, this is a table that shows you which function is available according to the InBody Touch models. So I guess you are most familiar with the kiosk model for InBody Touch. However, InBody Touch is available in many different forms, such as tablet or 24 or 43-inch kiosk and InBody Health Corner. So you can suggest the models according to your client's need. And I would like to show some examples from Korea. So we have our InBody Touch in government offices, fitness centers, catering companies, and event venues. So, you can refer to how InBody Touch is used in Korea. As I mentioned previously, there are two different modes in InBody Touch, like self-care mode and administrator mode. So the clients utilize these two modes to, make people use it when when there is no one beside them to explain their data, or to use administrator mode when they have to explain to their members about their result sheet. Okay, so now I would like to share you a case from InBody Mexico of using in-grip challenge on InBody Day. I'd love for you to check out the photos to really get a feel for how the event was like. Thank you, InBody Mexico, for sharing this material. Okay, so the in-grip challenge was conducted on InBody Day in May. And people from various fields like fitness, clinical, marketing have visited for this event. And total of 101 people participated in the in-grip challenge. And you can see the photos, how people are interested in in-grip challenge, like what it is. So please check out the photos. And after the challenge, they gave out prizes such as H20 and gym bags. And the reactions are the following. And as I was reading the reactions, I really realized that in-group challenge is a great way to get people's attention. Like it feels like a smart and engaging way to let people know about InBody, and also easy for people to join and bring out their competitive side. And it's fun. So I guess that we can use in-group challenge for our marketing for InBody. And so for a comment, InBody Touch was mainly used for the in-grab challenge, but people were also curious about other functions. So yes, I really wanted to share this case from InBody Mexico. All right. So now I would like to share you the 1.2 version updates for InBody Touch. I guess you guys may be confused about all the updated versions because there are too many. So to clarify, the updated version for LB Web is 1.5 version, and 1.6.5 version will be released around July. And for InBody Touch, 1.2 version will be released soon. So I will tell you some functions of this update. Okay, so in 1.2 version, a summary screen appears first, which compares the current and past results to show the trend. And important changes are visually emphasized. So if you take a close look at the screen, then you can actually see the gray box. Like, for example, if your weight has increased like 1 kilo from the previous data, you can really see the data right away and then compare with your previous result. So as I have mentioned, you can check the previous data. You can compare with the previous data with the numbers in green, in the gray letters. Okay. And third, you can check the trend over time in a graph form. So you can easily check the overall progress with the graphs. And last, you can check the personalized recommendation. Okay, so that's all for the updates for LB Web and InBody Touch, but the webinar is not over yet because since this is my first time doing a webinar, I really wanted you guys to take away something helpful from, today's webinar. So to do that, I have come up with a solution to ask you guys for a feedback survey. And in the previous survey, I have asked you if you needed LB web demo account or InBody Touch APK file. It was to, you know, um, make you participate in this feedback survey. So this is a brief introduction prior to survey. I just really want you guys to try out new functions in LB Web and InBody Touch. And I really recommend you guys to do so because it really makes you understand the functions when you actually try it yourself. So I have made a guideline to guide you through. The first part is LB Web 1.5 version. So I have divided the parts in three: health report renewal, recommendation setup, and in-grip challenge. So for the first one, health report renewal. So this is like a step-by-step guide. So I've written like log in with your LB demo account, then go to health report and click the view result button. And then if you don't have any data, you have to have your embodied device logged in with your LB web account. And then click on the buttons on the third box, such as overall result, muscle fat, and then scroll down to check the embodied big data based graph and try out the functions and tell me your thoughts about them. Like, what are your thoughts about highlights? How would you use them? Is the graph easy to understand? Or does the emoji help you understand well? Also, you can compare with your previous result or with other members' result. So click on comparison and write down memos by clicking the memo button on the right. And tell me your thoughts about the memo button as well. And next is recommendation setup. I believe that this is one of the functions that you are all curious about. So first, go to recommendation page and click on the Go to Setup button, or you can also go to recommendation setup page on setup. And then click on Edit and add or delete some products for each output. And make sure to save every time you edit something. And by testing this function, give me your thoughts about it. Like, how could you use this function in sales, or is dividing the product based on outputs helpful? Can there be other way to divide the products? And next is in-group challenge. This is another function that many of you guys were curious about. So to create an in-group challenge, you first go to setup and to in-group challenge setting page, and then create a challenge by clicking on the new challenge button. And keep in mind that the in-group challenge is only available in InBody Touch. So after you create the challenge in LB Web, check on the InBody Touch and actually try out the challenge. And now is the InBody Touch part. I have divided the parts just like I did for LB Web. So you need a tablet or a kiosk to use InBody Touch. After, download the APK file, then click on My Test Results and enter InBody app and press the touch button to get the touch authentication code. And then check your most recent data in InBody Touch. So, just for your information, if you want to see the results data from InBody app, you can only check your most recent data. So, please keep in mind. And next is in-group challenge. So I've mentioned previously that you have to create a challenge from LB Web. So after you do that, you log in with LB Web account in InBody Touch. Then you'll find the in-group challenge icon in the main page of InBody Touch. Then connect the in-group to InBody Touch by Bluetooth and try out the challenge and tell me your thoughts about it. So next is standby screen. This is another function that may be useful for you guys. So tap the logo in the top left corner 5 times and enter the password. Then select standby screen settings and try out different options, such as video or image. And if you are logged in with your LB Web account, then you have to change from LB Web. Okay, so now let me introduce guideline of some functions that are helpful for consultation. So after you log in with InBody Touch, you go to main page to change the admin mode into admin in use mode. So by doing this, you can check the results that are connected to your LB Web account. And then I would like you to try out the result sheet drawing function. So select one data and tap on the view original result sheet that is at the bottom. And then after trying out the function, tap the export button, which is on the upper right part of the screen, and check the result sheet by scanning the QR code. And last but not least, try taking an InBody test from InBody Touch. So make sure that there is InBody test icon in the main screen and connect InBody Touch with an InBody device by Bluetooth. And if you cannot find the InBody test icon, please add it from usage mode setting. Okay, so that's the guideline. And I would like to share you some questions that I got from the survey. There were some common questions, so I would like to share you first. So the first one is it possible to enable the blood pressure result at touch when it's used as part of Health Corner? Yes, but you first need to connect the BP Bio to InBody and then log in with your LB Web account in InBody. So after, you need to log in with the LB Web account in InBody Touch. And the second question was, does InBody Touch have any other result sheet besides body composition sheet, such as body water result sheet or visceral fat result sheet? Well, the result sheets, other than the body composition one, such as body water result sheet and evaluation result sheet for InBody 770, InBody 970, and BWA will be available in the future. And there was this question about the chat and push notification function that is in LB Web. Like, how can we educate our client to fully utilize this function? So, to tell you a little about it, chat or push notification appears on the user's InBody app. So for chat, your client and members can send a message or an image file with each other. So you can use the chat function to monitor the member's diet or the workout status. On the other hand, push notification only sends a short message through InBody app. So it can be used to, send a brief reminder to your members. And there was this another question about the InBody app access request in LB Web. So as I mentioned in the LB Web presentation, the InBody app access request in LB Web is an access request for the home use InBody products of the members.